Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Comics on Crypto, featuring me, Kruger Dunn, and the real star, Reginald Flannery Jr. How you doing, Reggie?
What's up, man? How you doing? The real star. We are the star.
Yeah, man.
We are the star and offensive line for this show, man. How you doing?
I'm good. You weren't so good just a moment ago. You're worried about SHIB. We're gonna do some. We're gonna do some of this technical analysis. But first, just want to remind everyone we're not financial advisors, and this is not financial inspiration. We're dum-dums that have learned a thing or two in crypto over the years, and we want to help you learn and laugh. But please decide what you want to do with your own money. Okay, so this is the How Do I Make Money in Crypto special episode, because we keep getting asked this question or variations of it. So everything will be dedicated to that. First thing we'll do, technical analysis for SHIBA Inu, because everybody loves that. Okay, so first thing I want to say here is that looks bad at first glance. I was just talking with Reggie earlier today. But the thing is, if you'll notice at the top, that's the 15-minute chart. And generally, you don't want to use the 15-minute chart, 10-minute chart, 30-minute chart. You want to jump up to at least 4 hours. I like to use the day. And if we look at the day chart, it's still bad, right? We lost this support here at 5.7, 5.650. But it's not as drastic. You notice a little wick might be forming. And we're still way up if you consider going back a few days here.
Right.
Everyone in crypto has a short memory. I did say that we'd be in trouble if we lost this support here at 56.50 is what I'd called.
Yeah.
Now, the thing is, though, this is why you don't want to look at a 15-minute or shorter chart, because it doesn't matter until this candle closes. Like you notice over here, we came all the way down.
Mm-hmm.
Right here.
Right.
But then we regained it with a wick up before the closing of that day. So I've seen wicks come all the way down to like maybe earlier supports even, and then people are like, whoa, SHIB's cheap, and start buying it up. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. I'm not saying it won't happen. It's just that you can't tell yet. But if you look at the 5-minute chart, oh no, everyone's selling SHIB. And you forget that we're still at like a $22 billion market cap. So if you're stressing, always zoom out.
When in doubt, zoom out.
Yeah. So, we might have to redraw this triangle, right? Maybe a lower support, or wouldn't even draw it there. We'd have to go down to here. But right now, it is not yet confirmed. So maybe we'll check back in on this in about 17 minutes at the close of the hour, and we'll see where that candle is and maybe redraw.
How do we know when the candle closes, and what is the difference for our viewers? How do you know when a candle closes, and what is the wick indicate? What does the wick indicate?
So the big bar, that thick like red bar that I'm highlighting here, that's called a candle for you that don't know, and that's because it looks like a candle with the way that the little line up here called a wick sticks out of it. And what a wick represents, what a candle represents is the price action of any particular crypto or stock, they use the same thing, within a set time period. So right now I have it set to 1 day, right? So each of these candles here represents 1 day of time that has passed. If we change that to 1 hour, each of these candles will represent 1 hour of time that has passed. And what the wick represents is within that hour. So say we're going the 3 p.m. It's 3 p.m. on the West Coast here, 3:44 p.m. So the 1 hour candle started at 3 p.m. and it will close at 4 p.m. If you're East Coast, 6 p.m. to 7 p.m.
Right. I got
so until the close of that, you can't glean any information from that particular chart. And you could technically go to like the 15-minute candle, which is going to close in a minute. But again, 15-minute, 30-minute, they don't tend to tell the full story. I usually like to use at least a 4-hour chart or a 1-day chart. So you see here now on the 4 hour, we're seeing, this is a good example. I'm glad it's happening right now. We see this wick this line that comes down, and that means that people sold but immediately rebought within that time frame. So right now we're looking at the 4 hour. So within the last 4 hours, people sold down to 5273, but have already bought us back up to 5594 now. So until that candle closes, you're not going to be able to glean any information. The same if a wick goes up, that means people bought a lot to push us up. But before that time period closed, we came back down. So a lot of people will draw TA from the top of the wick, which I did not do here. I'll usually try and estimate and take a midway point. But I've seen plenty of people do it either way, where you count from the wick or the bar. I'd say generally I like to ignore a fluky looking wick like this the first time. But then if you see it confirmed a couple times, then I take it more seriously, and that's where you're going to draw your line in.
Okay. Yeah. And that's the support level, right?
Well, I drew a line to indicate that this is inside of a triangle, descending triangle.
Right.
But it's not necessarily the support line. In this case, yes. Actually, the support line's a tiny bit lower. But within this range. And it also matches up with the Fibonacci support. But it's not necessarily the support level. It could be the channel it's moving in. Like you'll see something like this a lot. So you draw that top line, then you draw the bottom line to make just a clearer channel of where it's moving, as opposed to closing the triangle and predicting the next price movement.
Right. All right.
Good, Cousin Adam says no need to be worried about SHIB at all. I'm not worried either. I'm glad you're here to reinforce that. The people love you. The people trust you. So thank you for saying that. I'm also not worried. I might be wrong, obviously, right? Everyone can be wrong all the time. Or at any time. I mean, hopefully not wrong all the time. But anytime someone can be wrong. But yeah, I'm not concerned as of yet. The whole market's pretty much consolidating. Bitcoin's moving sideways. If we close the 1 day candle below this next support line, which I said earlier is 56.50, I'll be worried, but we have not yet closed. And even then, I wouldn't be worried long term. Just be worried for the next few days of price action.
Right.
We got a question here. Fairly new to crypto, but trade ETF. Is there a good way to figure out the support level? So yeah, we kind of just said that, but not explained it well. So I'm glad you're asking in a clearer way. So the support level, you can do something called Fibonacci, which is built into tradingview.com. That's the chart I'm using here. And if you just drag it from the bottom of the part of the chart you want to check up to the part you want to compare it to, you can tell that actually this one happens to line up perfect, so I'm glad that worked out. You notice where I said the support line was around here also happens to be the 0.78 Fibonacci, which maybe we'll explain Fibonacci curves as well as resistance lines in a future episode. But for now, just consider that the further away from one you get, the less likely it is to hit that point. And then what's called a retrace back down to the closest one that you've passed at that point. So you see, like here, we shot up, hit resistance, and then came back to this Fibonacci. Then we lost it again. Then we tried to test the next one up here, and then we came back down to this one. And we're just kind of bouncing back and forth between them, except for right now, we are losing this support here, but hopefully it'll come back. And then we'll continue to trend sideways for a few days while Bitcoin figures out what it wants to do. Another way to figure out the support is look at where the lowest you've tested after you've gone up. So see, we went up to just about 9,000, I think. And then we came down here, and as soon as we hit that point, people thought, ooh, that's a good deal. We went back up. We went down, went back up. It's like kind of that stopping point. If you draw a line, the more points it crosses through on your particular chart, the stronger that support is. And what that represents is people buying at that level, which means they're probably not going to want to sell below that level. But the same works on the other end of it, is that if people sold below a certain level, the likelihood to go back down is greater. I'm sorry, bought below. So that's why they say resistances become support once you pass them, because it's people committing at that level, and they're not going to sell at a loss. Or if they're smart, they're not going to sell at a loss. So I hope that answers that question.
An easy way to remember it is, when people say, well, buy the dip. Well, just remember that the dip is just the previous all-time high. It's just the old all-time high. So when you buy the dip, so let's say Bitcoin is at 60K. Well, one day Bitcoin will be 300K a coin, right? And if it ever pulls back to 60K, well, that will be considered a dip, but it really is just the old all-time high. So it's just retracing. So that's kind of a great segue into the next thing I want to kind of discuss, which is basically what SHIB is doing right now is we're just doing what's called a retrace. So we basically gotta regain all of that ground that we previously had, when we got all the way up to the 7.5 to the 8 range, I think 8.7 is where we get the all-time high was at like around 8.7. Before there was a I would call it market manipulation of all the servers going down and really stopped a lot of our momentum, because I do believe we were on our way to breaking that to dropping that 0, and then maybe we would have pulled back into the 9s, but we definitely would be above where we are now. So now we just have to climb back up the hill. Hopefully the slide stops here. We gain support, stabilize, and then begin climbing back up. So that's the two issues that I'm hearing a lot of in the Shiba Inu community. Is one, the market supply still hasn't been fixed. Coin market cap is still showing that we have 594 trillion coins. And the other thing is there's the big whale that had the $5 billion worth of SHIB has now begun moving his SHIB around. And people are nervous that this anonymous person is basically going to dump coins on the community, in addition to the fake 200 trillion extra coins that coin market cap has us listed for. So we're running into some bearish FUD-ish territory right now. The coin market thing, I don't even know why that's an issue with people. People are very gullible. I mean, if you're just basing it off of that, it's like,
well, and that's like, seriously? We're going to talk about that. Yeah. Cause that's actually kind of the theme of the whole episode is you should just focus on learning and choosing projects that you believe in. Everyone is trying to get rich, and it's famine thinking. Right. And this was me. For 2 years, I was trying to swing trade, find what's the next coin. Whereas if I had just bought $10 a week worth of BNB and ADA, like the two projects that I really believed in, I'd have a ton of money right now. So don't try and make a ton of money in a day. Plan the projects that you want. And I know maybe that's why we're not getting tens of thousands of users here, because people just want to be told how to get rich quick. But it's just people can't tell you what to do with your money. It sounds crazy. It sounds like we're being lazy, but really it's just there's too many factors. Like I don't know what job you have. I don't know how. Like we talked about, we bought SHIB because our backs were against the wall. Not everybody wants to invest like that. Like I have a friend talking to me all the time about, he's scared to risk $50 or whatever or they're afraid to use Uniswap. Whereas we were in more of a mindset of let's figure this thing out because we got to get life going here. So there's a million different answers depending on what of 7 billion different people you are.
And I want to address something you said. I'm glad our show is taking this tone and this direction today, because I just got off the phone with a young lady who said, hey, I hear you're making all this money in crypto. She said, what if I only have $100 to spend? I said, if you only have $100 to spend, you should keep the $100 in your pocket.
Yep.
Because this isn't a casino.
Exactly.
You know, and I think people get it twisted when they see people like us and people that have been in the space longer posting eye-popping gains. Well, what goes into that is a lot of research, a lot of time,
a lot of mess ups,
projects,
a lot of selling Bitcoin 3 days before the bull run started.
Right, a lot of mistakes. Yep. Right now, I fortunately have not made as many mistakes because I just got in January. But people say, "Well, you just got in January." Yeah, but you didn't see the 2 months that I spent in January and February researching my ass off, so that I could bring this information to you.
You're not wrong, Scott.
Pulls. Yeah, but hold on. They don't even know about the rug pulls. A lot of these people that are getting into crypto,
they don't know what that means right now.
They don't even know what that means.
Yeah.
Right. So I had another guy inbox me saying, "Hey, I just bought 400,000 SHIB coins. What should be my strategy? Should I take out my initial investment upon profit and then skim profits along the way?" I said, "You got 400,000 coins. What profits? Like what are you gonna do? Take $10 out of the $60 out of the, you know what I'm saying? Like and that's like people."
What we want to, I preach constantly on here. That's what this show wants to achieve. First of all, be funny. So let's step that up a little bit. We're getting serious. Just kidding. But also to teach, but actually teach the fundamentals. Not all these snake oil salesmen that are out there trying to claim they can tell you exactly what to buy and when to buy. Nobody can do that. If someone convinces you they're always right, they're trying to sell you something. Nobody in history has ever been always right.
Right. And then there's also the again, I just think people, like I was explaining to the young lady, I said, investing is risky. She was like, "Well, what if?"
Yep.
She's like, "Well, your portfolio's at, mid 6 figures, for example." She's like, "Well, why don't you just take the money and run?" Run where?
To a bank that's not going to give you anything.
So I said, so you want me to take the money out of a deflationary product like crypto and then stick it into an inflationary system? That doesn't make sense. And again, I think people gotta walk, you gotta crawl before you can run. And I'm still, y'all help me, you know what I mean? Oh, appreciate it, Lex. Shout out to my boy Richard Lex. You have, and this is, and I know this is common, but I really gotta get this on my chest, man, because I really been kind of storing this up. When we, like in our Telegram group, shout out to everybody that's joining the Telegram group.
Link down below.
Because, thank you, link down below. Because you're going to learn. See, we've already made some mistakes that you don't have to make. Mm-hmm. We're showing you how to do the research. We're showing you what to look at.
I feel like we sound like two dads. Like, I'm telling you, don't go to the party. Don't drink too much. But they're going to do it. They're going to get too drunk. And
he's going to dump you. He doesn't love you.
Yeah.
He doesn't really love you. He's going to dump you. I know his type. You know?
You don't know anything, Dad.
Yeah, Dad.
They slam the door and run out and buy some shit coin that gets rug pulled.
You don't really know Jimmy. You don't know who he is. He's got a good heart. And she runs out of the door, hops on the back of his motorcycle. He chugs a beer and chucks the can in your yard. You know what I'm saying?
His jacket's got a Dogecoin logo on it.
No, it's got a Safe Moon logo on it.
Oh, yeah.
But, this has to be, we have to lay the groundwork. So whether you watch our channel or any other channel, just understand that you have to put the time in. There's no shortcuts. Now, you can choose to follow someone. Like when I first got into crypto, I followed my cousin Adam, who's a millionaire now. I followed my boy Charlton McKinney, who we've had on the show. And I followed my line brother Mike, who's in Oakland, who got into Bitcoin in like 2015 or so. So I followed them around until I felt comfortable enough that I had enough knowledge at least a basic knowledge in which to begin investing my money confidently, in which we talk about on the show, confidence of buying in, Kobe, C-O-B-I, confidence of buying in. And the only way you get to confidence of buying in is that you do the RUD, realistic understanding of data. All right, R-U-D, realistic understanding of, which technically could be R-U-O-D, but you get the point. Realistic understanding of the data. Once you understand the data realistically, now you have the confidence of buying in to whatever asset, like you said, Krugs, when you got in, you really believed in BNB and Cardano, right? I really believe in all of them, Bitcoin, BNB, Cardano, XRP. I saw this whole world of just coins and I wanted all of them. But I had spent 2 months of my time and I didn't do a lot of shows. I didn't do a lot of anything except watching crypto YouTube, reading, and understanding this new space that was going to affect my world, impact my world, whether I wanted it to or not. So if it's gonna affect you, you might as well make money off of it before the rest of the world catches up, and then you'll be hating yourself in 10 years for not doing the 2 months or the month worth of research.
Absolutely.
Sorry.
No, that was great. I'm gonna agree with you. Even the people want more conflict, but you're right all the time. I don't know what to tell you. After I just told everybody no one can be right all the time,
right?
Then I say you're right all the time. You're right most of the time.
Right. But some of this is just common sense stuff that we're talking about, and this is just investing 101. And go ahead.
Another thing is, I know most people investing in crypto have no idea what they're investing in, because I was a software developer for 17 years. I've coded on blockchain. I've interacted. I run a validator, and I only just, like, within the last 2 months, really started understanding what exactly a blockchain is and what it can do, the reaches of it. So with the amount of effort I put into it, I know other people are not understanding exactly what it's useful for. Like, I still get people talking about, like, and why would I want an NFT? Like, just dumb art or whatever. Like, no, NFT doesn't mean art. It just means non-fungible, and fungible just means replaceable. So it just means a ticket, an item that's one of a kind, such as a concert ticket, right? You got row J, seat 4. Now you can just certify it with an NFT. There's no duplicates. It's not counterfeitable because it's all verified on the blockchain. And that's all, like, just the simple way the technologies work, people aren't understanding. They just want to read an article on CNN about they're going to lose all their money, or some Twitter page that says they're going to make a bunch of money.
Right. And the thing that I've been really pointing people to is, you got to understand the blockchain to understand crypto, or you'll never understand it. And you'll always be on the outside looking in because you didn't take the time. And I think of it like this too, and I hate to even take it here. You owe it to yourself, and you owe it to your kids, and you owe it to your grandkids and the kids and your future generations to take 2 minutes out of your effing day, or an hour out of your day, to understand this thing. We can no longer afford to say that we didn't know, no one told us. All the excuses are out of the window, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no excuse to not to know. And you're on your phone all day anyway. The two things you should be doing is YouTubing what the blockchain is and watching comics on crypto. Those are the two things that you should be doing. Especially
that second one.
Especially the second one. You know what I'm saying? If you don't do the first one enough, if you do the second one enough, you'll eventually understand the first one.
Well, here's a guy that's been watching for a while, and we're glad we taught you a lot, Ty, and we appreciate you, and you taught us. I gotta say, on record, Ty is the first person I heard about SAITAMA from, even before Cousin Adam started mentioning it. You mentioned it, so Ty's the perfect example of what you can do if you learn, don't fret, don't think you missed it. Just be ready, get those skills ready, so when the next thing comes along, you're one of those guys that bought before the pop, before CNN told you should ape into it. I love this.
Exactly.
FOMO into that like button. It's free and good karma. Thanks, Ty.
We might have to screenshot that and use that every week.
Yeah, I agree.
I like that.
That's
FOMO,
great.
I'm gonna screenshot that. I like that. We'll screenshot it later.
Mononoke, we talked about that in previous weeks. That is doing well. Are you still up on that, Reg?
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually closed out my position because I wanted to put more into Saitama, but it went up quite a bit before I did so.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay in. I had the choice to.
Oh, my bad. Wait, did you really tell him? Like on screen?
You know maybe... what?
Oh, he says JK. He says JK.
Oh, okay. Right. Okay. I did. I had the choice to chase Mononoke or what's the other one? Klekai. So I decided to chase because I didn't have the funds to chase.
Klekai was already kind of big though.
Yeah, it was kind of, and I figured, well, Mononoke might kind of be on that same, and we just watch, rinse, repeat the same method. Try to get a few trillion, and then cash, to take profit at 6 zeros. That's really the community coin space is very simple. Try to catch it at 9 zeros. That way you can take profit at 6. And if you don't catch it if you can't take profit at 6, then catch it before it hits 5 or 4.
Now we're talking about coins with a quadrillion to 100 quadrillion cap. So there are different sizes of ones. Like Qubit is a lot less decimals, and YOOSHI is less decimals.
Right. Good point. Thanks for that, Cash.
Yep.
But yeah. So no, I'm still up on the. I'm still up in Manu, and I'm glad I got in. I'm thankful for Saitama, and I saw this previously on our Telegram. So I'll also address. I feel like the show was just kind of unfolding right in front of us today. I am holding both. I personally, and many people in my investment circle, we are holding both SHIB and Saitama. And the reason why is why 2 arms are better than 1. If you've got both going and they're both pumping, then your profits are going to be double that. If you sell out of one to ape into the other, if that one's down and then the one you sold out of starts to pump, you're not going to feel good about it.
Yep.
So,
Kobe, if you're buying in, have the confidence of staying in. Just
then that's how I feel.
Project. And actually, we're kind of jumping all over the place here.
Yeah, we are.
Showed you the rundown. Let's do some crypto vocab. Usually we do it later. Actually, you know what? The candle, I think that 1 hour candle closed. So maybe let's revisit that. Oh, no, it did not. But let's pop over there real fast. Then we'll do crypto vocab. Because I want to show you that we are wicking up and we have regained that support line.
Let's go.
So we'll see. This is the daily candle, which has not closed yet. Let's check the 4 hour candle. On the 4 hour, we've also risen above that 575 support line that I was talking about holding. So hopefully it holds in there. And we'll keep you up to date.
I've got to believe people are buying up that dip, though.
Yeah, that's what that wick means. Everyone's like, ooh, cheap SHIBA.
Yeah.
Some whale right now is just cackling in his house that he just made. What is that? 15% it went down and back up. So he popped $1 million in there, made $150,000 because everyone was panic selling.
That's something you gotta address.
Cousin Adam is probably who's doing it. He's over there.
Cousin Adam. Let me tell you how rich Cousin Adam is. Cousin Adam has not returned my last 2 texts. That's how.
He's letting the success change him.
Yeah, I've texted him 2 times.
I've seen this before,
and he has not returned either text. So he must be doing.
Too busy getting like a 7-person massage on a beach somewhere.
Yeah. 7-person. Do you even have enough body for that?
There's just arms mashing everywhere. It's quite a sight to see.
That's too close to foreplay at that point, isn't it? Isn't it like?
I agree. We're talking about the whale like he's not right there.
Right.
We're talking about him in 3rd person.
Like I'm not gonna see him Thanksgiving. Like Oh,
all right, let's do
man,
that
this is
crypto
so much
vocab,
fun.
then we'll check back in on
All
the
right.
TA.
I like it. I like this flow we got going today. This
Yeah,
is
it's
this is
going
kind of a
good.
different kind of show. This
I
is
usually like to
serious
go
but
in
fun.
order, but I like
Right.
this jumping around. We got the energy. We got doing the bull dance, feeling the flow.
We're reading the room, you know.
Yeah.
We're doing crowd work.
So the thing I was going to define was a little self-serving with our Kobe thing. We already talked about that. But I also want to talk about dollar cost average, or DCA. You'll see this term thrown around a lot. We say it all the time. But I realize a lot of people might not know exactly what we're talking about.
Right.
Dollar cost average basically means don't spend it all in one place, dummy. If you think there's a good entry point, plan for it, and then start accumulating. Say you want to put $100 in. I wouldn't just buy $100 right away. I'd put in $10 every day for 10 days. And then I'd have a larger plan too, like $100 a month for a year. Whatever your numbers are, you would work them out. But 10% is a pretty solid rule. You could do 10% a week, 10% a day. Depending on, like SHIB, I'd probably do it daily because it tends to move faster. And every now and again, you could do like a double buy or a triple buy. So say you do $10, $10, $10, but then you notice SHIB wick down all the way down there. So fine, go for 30 right there, right? Because you don't want to, there's an expression saying don't catch a falling knife, meaning don't think you're going to be the smartest one to know when it's hit the bottom point, or you're just going to lose even more. So you still don't want to throw your whole stack at it, because then what if it goes down more the next day? With dollar cost averaging, you're safe. Just do a little bit each day until you hit the number you want. How do you feel about that, Reg?
Yeah, I don't have nothing to add, man. That was a better explanation of what I was going to come up with.
All right. I hope that's clear. Cousin Adam,
I'm sure you have.
Busy. Yeah. Moving money to the Cayman Islands. Buying a private beach in Maui. It takes time, man.
Busy getting ready to leave my ass. That's what he did.
Yeah. Next response is just like, this number has been changed.
Yeah. I'm waiting on it. I know it's coming.
So the reason, aside from all the stuff we talked about, another thing is that inspired this episode is we got a Twitter question. Let me pop over here. Shout out Lulu Sellers, very nice person. Thanked us for helping and everything. But when they started asking, they said, I didn't buy today. Can you see this, by the way?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I didn't buy today. I didn't see the point. I get buy low, sell high. It was just ticking me off when I asked what the big deal was about tomorrow. No one would give me a straight answer. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to sit on what I got and hope for the best. And this is exactly like everyone feels this way. But looking for someone to tell you the exact time to buy is always going to result in feeling like no one would give you a straight answer. Because there is no straight answer. All we can do is teach you how to read charts a little bit better, how to find utility in a coin, determine if a community is. We have a whole episode about determining whether a coin is worth investing in. Go back and watch it. We did grapefruit. We said avoid it, and it ends up being a rug pull. So we dodged that bullet there. We did a good job. Yeah. So watch that, and we could talk about it more going forward. Also, I did get one request that we should explain stuff more, and they're getting lost in some of the jargon. So I think today we've done a better job about it. We do want to make sure we include new people for sure.
And so I want to say 3 quick points. So I want to read that comment again. I didn't buy today. I didn't see the point. I get buy low, sell high. It's just ticking me off when I asked what the big deal was about tomorrow. None would give me a straight answer. I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm just going to sit on what I've got and hope for the best. That is the wrong attitude to have. That last part, I'm just going to sit.
But they did come around, so we're not trying to throw anything negative about. They were like, I clarified. I was like, what question did you mean to ask? They asked a more specific question. And we got to the bottom of it. So you know, shout out Lulu Sellers. I hope you're watching. I hope you stick around. Join our Telegram. Link down below.
Yes. Yeah. So just in general, that is we as investors, right? We're in this. We should be in this for the long haul. And when I mean the long haul, you should look at this as a tool to expedite your financial situation in a positive way. And so when we have a negative attitude about, and I've been there when I first got in, I you know, looking for answers, very few people would answer me, but I had to start to research and find the answers myself. And buying when it's red is almost always the best time if it's an asset you believe in, like Bitcoin or Ethereum, or SHIB or SAITAMA. Like right now, SHIB is down. If you have less than 50 million SHIB, you should be buying the dip. If
it's in your plan, if you believe in it,
in your plan, if you believe in it,
and
but the reason why I say that is because a lot of people have done that same thing. They've said, "Hey, I remember when you told me about SHIB, and I got 10 million SHIB. Why am I not rich like you?" I said, "Because you didn't buy more SHIB." Like, you know. Even with Bitcoin, I only put $100 in Bitcoin when I first got in. Now, had I had more money to just keep DCAing, I would have kept doing it. But I can't expect to be a millionaire off of $100 in Bitcoin. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
Bitcoin would have to hit $90 million a coin in that case. Yeah. You dig what I'm saying?
It's going to gain, but actually my buddy Adam, not cousin Adam, my other buddy Adam, who's been, I think he might be watching today, trying to get him into crypto a little bit more. He was saying that you start to think differently because he's still pretty fresh. And he's like, if you had told me like, oh, I'm going to make an 800% profit in a year in any other investment before crypto, I'd be like, that's insane. How do I get in? But he's like, oh, now only 800, only 8 times my money. Like, it's people have that casino mentality. And I get it. As I talked about in previous episode, I had a little bit of a gambling addiction with the meme coins, which is why I had to slow it down, only buy into the community coins that we really believed in. Went back to Kobe, right? Went back to our roots. And so that's important to remember.
I wanted to say too, the Kobe term, confidence of buying in, and the Rudd term analogy, you've heard it first here at Comics on Crypto. We are introducing. This is these two terms are organic and are very unique, only to Comics on Crypto. You won't hear anyone else using these terms. And if you do, let us know so we can find the time code. Because they're ripping us off.
Reggie's going to show up. And what are you going to do, Reggie?
I'm going to beat that ass. I'm going to beat that ass, man, because we can't ill afford to lose any more cred than we've already, we've been giving stuff away and other people have been able to kind of, piggyback off of what we're doing and glean the success for it. But these may be two terms we need to introduce. I don't know if there's a crypto dictionary or glossary but
there is. Submit. I wonder if I could submit to it.
We should right now. We should submit. I don't think we'll get any money off of it, but
who needs money? Just educate.
We do.
No, seriously. SHIB is giving us more, like plenty of money.
That's true.
The more people we educate, the more we'll read up on it and see what a strong coin it is, and the price will go up, and we make money. We don't need you to give us direct money. We make money on good decisions already. We're not out here trying to click on our referrals down below. No, we make money by making good decisions. We just enjoy entertaining and educating.
This is true. Yeah. So those are two terms that my guy up in Lansing, Michigan. Shout out to Scott Pocan. He introduced those two terms to us, and I think Scott's a coder or an engineer.
He taught us Rudd, but we made up Kobe.
Okay, I can remember. I know it was around the same time.
He's actually saying something right now. Look at the timing on that. I think new investors get frustrated with coins like SHIB that has a ton of people in the community, because when you ask a beginner question, you get 80%. Yes, you get 80% comments telling you you're stupid. There's a bunch of trolls. There's a bunch of get rich quick people. And honestly, a lot of those people might not even want you there. They could be purposely fudding it because they're a competing project, or you're threatening their place in that group. And he continues. That's why researching the community you get into is so important. Absolutely. Always look at the website, Telegram, Twitter, and if they have a Discord immediately before even thinking about buying into a community coin.
Very true. So I just wanted to cover those quick points briefly.
Ty is just over here being our PR agent for us. we don't have to plug our own thing because he's mentioning Meme Coin Mondays, which is Reggie's show that he posts every Monday, where he walks you through lots of meme coin concepts. And I made a video, Meme Coin Math. It's just called Meme Math. Get rid of that C in there. So that'll be out hopefully later today. So thanks for helping us plug there, Ty.
Absolutely. Appreciate the whole community. You know, we've slowly built a very stable community, man. And so if you are a person new to crypto and you want to be in a supportive environment where people do answer questions, where we don't jump on you for asking
Never.
Certain
if
questions.
Someone jumps on you for asking a question, they're getting warned, and if they keep doing it, they're getting kicked. Because we 100% honesty and support and being supportive. That's our two things we live by, and that's not going to change anytime soon.
Nope, ever. Cool. What else we got?
So we still have some more TA to do. I know most people watching SHIB, watching our channel, want to hear mostly about SHIB, but we're gonna pop over to some other coins. Let's look at Saitama Inu.
Ooh, Saitama's about to drop a 0, y'all.
Yeah, and here the thing about look at that. Once you it looked kind of bad, and then you go to the 1 day, like, oh, never mind. It's pretty much parabolic. It's meaning like straight up on a slight curve.
I call that the green erection.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's getting thick in the middle too. So that's
it always gets thick in the middle.
We're getting a little blue today. Sorry. Watch we get like a new school teacher or a nun is watching this, trying to raise money for the Lord. We're over here talking about giant green penises.
We're talking about the TA though. You know what I'm saying? In context, we're talking about the TA.
It's if you look here, it's kind of hard. And Ty asked earlier, do you want to hit all the candles? You want to hit at least the top of the first candle and the bottom candle of whatever time frame you're trying to analyze, right? So if I went here, here, or here, right now this is a really weird chart because we are going pretty much parabolic over the last few days. So really, we're just in an upward channel. There's not much to glean from this. You do notice that the bottoms do line up properly with a curve, not a cross like you would normally look for support. This is not how most coins work. Saitama is flying. I still feel very bullish about it. You'll notice these wicks down, and wicks down are scary, but they're actually a very good thing for your coin. If you get a lot of wicks down like this, that means there's tons of people out there just watching it, waiting to get in. Right? So then if it starts to explode upward, they're going to jump in there too. They're going to try and buy as low as they can, but they're also going to help keep pushing that price up. So Saitama this is one of the strongest charts we've ever looked at right now. I'm feeling good about Saitama for sure.
And honestly, one of the strong coins out right now.
Yeah.
When Saitama reaches mainstream, we definitely will, and that's why I go back to what I was telling bro before. I'm holding both SHIB and Saitama, man, because those are 2 1-2 punches, dude, that are just punching hard right now. And
Saitama's a weird one.
A little bit. It is. Expound on that.
Well, so it has 100 quadrillion coins, which kind of made me want to stay away. Now, granted, they burn 50%, and it also has reflections. But usually reflections and burning, so meaning every time you make a transaction, it takes 2% of the coins from your transaction and disperses them to anyone else holding the coin, depending how much you have. You get more if you hold more. And it sends 2% to a wallet that no one has access to, which is considered a burn because those coins will never be in circulation again. They still technically exist, and it doesn't add any more money to the coin, but it removes the circulating supply so that price will move up faster. KuCoin on Friday. That makes it even more bullish for Saitama. And normally, so one of the other things about Saitama that scared me is it has, we're not sure exactly because they haven't released the full numbers, but it has somewhere between a 4 and 8 billion market cap already. that puts it in like what, a top 50 coin. I don't have the exact numbers, but that makes it at least a top 100 coin in the world, like in one of the shortest times we've ever seen. And normally I don't buy in to a coin when it's already at that high, but just the way that they are promoting the team they put together, the big event, the buzz around it, and the fact that more money just keeps pouring in, like, yeah, I've never seen anything like. I wish I had even bought in a little bit earlier. I got in a little bit later than you did, but I definitely.
But you still got in on time.
Oh yeah, I got in before the parabolic for sure.
Yeah,
I just didn't get that like first 5x or whatever.
And the two things, so and this is a teachable moment for you guys. What I'm about to tell you guys, and myself and Krugs learned this year when cousin Adam went all in on SHIB in February, and we kind of stood back and was like, "Oh, what is he doing? He's putting a lot of money into this thing." And then we saw it work out. It was like, that's how you play the game. So when Todd mentioned SAITAMA, and I was getting meme coin fatigue at that point. So I didn't get in immediately when he mentioned it, but when I did get in, I knew exactly what to do. I didn't pussyfoot around. I didn't put $3 in. I said, I know how to play this game. When you get in, you get as many as you can possibly afford at that exact moment.
Yeah.
Hold on.
You're right.
And then what I did, so when I initially got in, I spent 150 and I got 58 billion. I said, no. That's not enough. I need to get more because I'm seeing some similarities with SHIB. I'm trusting what my brief experience, but from what I know. And so then I sold one of my Ethereum, and that got me up to 275 billion SAITAMA. And so I'm like, okay, I'm in a decent enough position that if this does do what I think it will do, then I'm already taking a couple $1 million profit before we even hit to where SHIB is now, well before we hit where SHIB is, right? And I took cousin Adam's number and I doubled it of what he had in SHIB. And I said, okay, I need to get as many SAITAMA as he had in SHIB or more, so that if this coin does do what I think it's going to do, that just increases the likelihood that I'll be able to take a huge profit in a shorter amount of time. Because the quicker you can hit life-changing money, in my opinion, the better. That's my strategy. Now someone else may say, well, I take out my initial investment, then I let the rest rot. That's not how I'm playing the game. I'm with these type of coins, with these community coins, if you get in early enough, you're going to hit life-changing money within 6 to 12 months. So I'm in it for that long, and that's why I'm doing it. $50 in July.
$50 in July. Now we're 40K in SAITAMA. So I just want to add a few asterisks. I do not disagree with anything Reggie said. One is I find that some people can't handle the thinking like this, $50 in July. Like they just think they missed it, right? Don't look at it like that. Look at it as a % increase on your money, right? I didn't buy $50 in July, but I put in the amount of money that I put in because it looked like it was going to double to 5x. And it has. It's over doubled since I got in. And I think it's like 7 or 8 times since Reg got in. Scott was saying in the Telegram chat he's 10x right now. But it could still go. I think it's going to go another 10x once it gets out there. Because right now, and this is what I'm going to say about, you're saying buy in all at once, whereas I just did that whole speech about dollar cost averaging. He's talking about something different because SAITAMA is not really on exchanges yet. So like if you go to Uniswap to buy it, you're going to pay like $150 per transaction. There's no point in buying $10 at a time.
$10 worth, right?
He's talking about like when these strike gold type coins, and make sure it's money you can lose. I say that about even Bitcoin, but even more so on a SAITAMA. I did not put money where, I'm going to kill myself if it ends up crashing down, because that can always happen with a meme coin. You know what I mean? So yeah. So
thanks for cleaning that up.
Yeah, caveats. That's why. So dollar cost averaging is still at play. There are just a few exceptions, like SAITAMA right now before it gets on the major exchanges.
And SAITAMA will more than likely drop this 0 before it hits a major exchange, which means once once that exchange, so let's say we get to like 6 zeros and a 1-1, and then KuCoin is listed on Friday, then that means we'll start jumping up that number wall more than likely a lot quicker. And I'm excited, bro. Like I really am excited because the coin supply, the total, like you said before, Cruz, it did concern me initially. I'm like, well, this is a lot more than coins than SHIB, but the reflections, the burn, I mean, technically, you know, and who knows what their actual numbers are, but you know.
Yeah, I got to catch up. I only got 3.6 billion. I spent way much on gas. Yeah, gas is brutal. I try and do. We're West Coast, so I try and get in there around 10 p.m., 11 p.m. Your instinct might be to wait till like 3, 4 a.m., but then the other side of the world starts waking up.
Right.
You got the Asian markets, Russian markets, etc.
Right.
So I find the sweet spot is around 1 a.m. East Coast, 10 p.m. West Coast. You're still again going to pay like, I think it's like $150 or something. I think recently I got a $92 one, and that's the lowest I've gotten in a while. So yeah, if you don't want to buy 10 at a time if you're paying $150 in gas. But Saitama is on Bitmart and Gate.io, I think. So it is possible to get it there if you can't afford the gas right now.
Excellent. And again, man, these are two golden assets that I would like I said, I'm holding both, and I'm grateful that I'm holding both, because one is a hedge against the other one. But if they're both going at the same time, if everything plays out well for the rest of this, you know, until February, I mean, we can all hit potentially, depending on where you got it. And it's always key, guys. Wherever you get in, wherever your entry point is, whatever spot on that number wall you are, that's the point where you want to try to maximize that wall. Whatever you are on that wall, that's where you want to maximize the majority of your buys, so that as it does go if it does go parabolic, then your bag is pretty much already either packed or halfway packed. And we're sitting at the airport waiting to take a flight to Dubai because of that.
Exactly.
And then maybe he'll answer my text when I see him. You know what I'm saying? You know, he probably still
Ty also brings up the point, transaction on SAITAMA will help the burn. Yeah, because any transaction you do is burning 2% every single time. And a lot of coins do, like SafeMoon burns 5%, and it's still taking forever to go up. So I don't want to rely on burns too much, but they are a worthy factor.
Helpful.
Especially like SafeMoon's doing a SafeMoon exchange where it'll burn SafeMoon no matter what you trade. So SAITAMA, I think, will have some features like that where you can use it for other coins, but it will still help Saitama pump. Yeah, they have a game and NFT. Here's my feeling about games and NFTs, though. Every single coin says they're going to make games and NFTs. We'll see who actually does it. And then we'll see which ones are actually good.
That's
right?
Good.
Anyone can make a game. It was going to be tic-tac-toe with the NFTs you overpaid for. So I do believe in Saitama and SHIB teams. NFTs affect the coin in several ways. Like Shiboshis for SHIB, when you name them, they burn the amount of money that you spent worth of SHIB. So that's an extra way to burn. Sometimes they'll let you use them as avatars in a game, and that game will spend that coin. Like pretty sure the SHIB game is going to burn SHIB, or maybe Bone. They haven't announced exactly which yet. If it's on Shibarium, it might be Bone. But either way, anytime someone transacts with any coin, it's going to help the price. And when you add the fact that Saitama has those 2% burns and 2% reflections, even if you I sent my Saitama to my other wallet to have it be more secure, and I lost 2% on that. I forgot, or 4%. Forgot to account for that. So make sure you buy it with the wallet you want to keep it on, and exchange it there. Don't be sending it to an exchange, because you're going to lose an extra 4% on that transaction. Anything else on site? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, real quick on Saitama. What are your thoughts on SAITAMA coming out in terms of what do you think it's because I told somebody that I feel like it's a cooler version of Voyager or Uphold, because on Voyager and Uphold you can pretty much buy crypto with the credit card. But I like Voyager better than Uphold, but I think SAITAMA could be better than both. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, it again, the wallet is kind of one of those things every project says they're gonna do. And then, you know, only a few have actually done it because it costs a lot of money to make. Like Safe Moon is struggling with it. I think they have the both mobile versions out finally, and they don't have the exchange part built in yet. Like there's still a lot to go. So I think it's good to have a project, the real world thing that people can use in terms of helping pump the coin. And then if it's good, which we can't possibly know until they put it out, it will boost the coin a lot, right? So it's kind of, think about, here's how I like to explain it. Think about websites back in the day, right? There was Amazon, there was Facebook, there was overstock.com. I can't even remember all the different websites. And they were all booming, but only one was actually going to make a good product and stick around. In each sector. So like, Amazon won the marketplace, eBay's the only auction site, Google's the main search engine. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like that. Someone's going to make a killer wallet and be like the new MetaMask wallet on mobile. But right now, we don't know who it's going to be.
Right. Exactly.
But
so and just from what you've seen, how do you feel about it?
I think it looks cool. It has all the features you want. I like how they're going to integrate burns on Saitama even when you buy other coins. I like how they're focusing on simplicity and the fact that Saitama kind of has a lot of overlap with the SHIB community. And I know people from the SHIB, not marketing team, but the YouTuber and people from the Discord are part of the core team of Saitama. So you're going to get just a general community support. So a lot of people using SHIB might put their SHIB into SAITAMA because there is no SHIB wallet. And they're open for partnerships. So a lot of good things can happen for sure.
I feel good about it, man.
I think this one's for you. I also feel good about SAITAMA. Thoughts on Ryoshi Vision? I think this might be a Meme Coin Monday one for you to look at. I have not looked into it.
I can't even. I asked Cousin Adam, and he basically said that it's I don't know if that was you or Cousin Adam, but somebody said it's basically for NFT and gaming. But I don't know specific, and I've actually YouTubed it. I need to YouTube it a little bit more. I need to Google it a little bit more to find out because I have some because I stake my SHIB on SHIBA Swap. So I have
the same. Is Ryoshi's Vision the same as right? Oh, okay. Yeah. Then I also have some.
Yeah, we have some. And I actually thought about buying some to add to the free stuff that I've gotten, just because. But I got to figure out what exactly how it functions inside of the ecosystem. I guess would be my thing. But yeah, we'll delve into that on Monday. I got some homework to do.
Nice. More NFT and music space. Yeah, it's going to be huge. NFT is going to be huge at live events, like I was saying, because you can reserve a ticket. It's going to be huge at medical records because it's not all your personal data, but for payments and such. It's going to be huge. Music. For someone already did it, I think. I cannot remember. I saw Gary Vee, the popular YouTuber, was talking about an artist that released an NFT that let you own part of that album sales. So then the more people that stream it, you get money just from holding the NFT, like investing in an artist versus a company, which I love. I love seeing all that stuff popping up. We got to get comedy NFTs going.
Yeah.
That's gonna be that's our next project for the show. We get let you guys buy some of our comedy, and then you'll make money when we do, which is never. But someday it could happen.
Right.
So real quick, I want to do some TA for Harmony One because I love this coin and we haven't talked about it recently. I actually had drawn in this descending triangle here the other day. I forgot we had done that. Probably draw it up to here. So this will speed it up actually because we're still holding the support down 28. We didn't even break 28 cents. So we're still well above where the support would be even. We're kind of like SHIB, right? Everything's following BTC in the market. We're just kind of moving in this descending triangle. We are on. Not letting me draw a curve for some reason. All right. Well, we're moving inside this triangle, and then we're going to see a breakout either up to the at the end or down, right? And the breakout doesn't necessarily come all the way at the end. It could be here. We get a pump, and then as soon as we break this line here, then we start to move upward. Or, you know, if you lose that support when the candle closed, like we were talking about with SHIB, then you could start to head down. But yeah, one is looking strong. I'm still bullish on it. I've been saying buy it since 1.1 cent. So my bag is doing well there. I still think it's going up to $1 by the end of this bull cycle, and I'm holding it till $3-4 is I think where it's gonna kind of reach its stride, and then I'll take some profits. And then I wanted to look at YOOSHI, which is a cousin Adam find. So this I have not looked at. It's kind of a new coin, so you're going to see big spikes right here. When Cousin Adam told us about it, it was, I believe, right around 26 is where I bought. So we're doing nicely. Also kind of going parabolic, but painting what's called a bull flag here, and then gaining off of that. And what a bull flag is when you have between 2 and 4 candles that go red after a big pump. Like you can see here, we had a big pump, right? Then we had 2 candles, 1, 2, that went down, and then another big pump. So now we're forming the first part of that bull candle. What we want to see is another one here, and then we'll be looking for continuation up. So if you're looking for an entry point for YOOSHI, I'd say somewhere around 4.8 or somewhere between 4 and 4.8. That is not the straight line tool. Because you formed a bit of support over here. So I'd say 4.2. Somewhere between 4.2 and 4.8 would be a good place to buy in. And they're doing gaming, but they're doing gamified finance, which I love. You're not really seeing a lot of that. Like you can even go there now and you can buy different characters NFTs to attach to a yield farm that you've invested in and get different bonuses based on that, which is really cool. They're the only ones I know that I'm seeing it. Short Bus, I agree. Cousin Adam owns it. I'm buying now. I agree. That's what got me to look at it. But it really is a cool project. I think they have it open here, actually. So it's aimed at children, which is kind of weird to me that, it looks like they have a little SHIB here. Support for a fellow community coin. I like that. And they have, you can go to farms. I'm not logged in on this account, but you can see you stake their coin, YOOSHI, right here with BNB, and you can earn 185% APR. Before you do that, make sure you look into yield farms. Maybe we'll do an episode about that in the future if people are interested, because it is riskier than just buying and holding an asset. But they have an NFT market where you can make and sell. And then they have partnerships with Starmon, which is a game. I have not bought any of that because it's already high priced. Then they have the gamepad where you can pitch your games and they're funding them, and you can buy into those games early, and it causes YOOSHI price to go up. They've raised $1.8 billion worth of incubation already. So the project's going very well, and it is promising. So that's all I have to say about YOOSHI. You got anything on that, Red?
No. Can I ask you a quick question before we get out of here?
Yeah.
Did you? I'm sure you saw it. What were your thoughts on the guy that lost the 50K on the Squid Games rug pull?
Yeah, my brother actually. And people don't know, the reason I got into Bitcoin so big is because I mentioned it to my brother, and he said, "Sounds like fake money." And I was like, "Oh, I'm getting in on this. People are not aware yet. It is still early." So he was telling me about this coin. And he usually scoffs at, like, he scoffed at SHIB and stuff like that. And he's like, "This coin, it went 75,000%." I was like, "Yeah, it's a scam." Like they're doing copyright infringement, and then they're pumping it. And the way they do it is they buy the first. If you look at the early buys on a coin, and it's all the same wallet, what they're doing is buying it at the cheapest possible, so that they can't possibly lose money if you buy or sell after them.
Right.
But then people go and see those big green candles going up, so they ape in, and then in this case, they did a rug pull. I thought they were just going to sell off what they had bought. In this case, they just full on stole all the money, which, I mean, I've been in 2 rug pulls. No matter how much research you do, it could always happen with a community coin, even if the people are doxxed, and doxxed meaning their real life identity. And yeah, that's a big red flag, Scott. They didn't lock the liquidity. Liquidity meaning the money on the exchange, so that like they would put Squid Coin and BUSD versus each other so that you can exchange them. That's what liquidity means. So usually the standard, if you lock it, there are some blockchains where you cannot lock liquidity, but if it's on BSC or Ethereum, then yeah, you should pretty much only invest in things that lock liquidity.
Yeah, and in the contract in the smart contract, there was a stipulation that the only way you could sell your coins is if you had half of the liquidity pool. So if the liquidity pool,
interesting. Yeah, that's a good way to. That's called the honeypot.
Yeah. So then, if the liquidity pool is $100,000, the only way you can sell any coins is if you got $50 million. And the only people that have that are the people that, like you said, that bought them when they first.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's crazy, bro.
So a coin that lets you buy but not sell is called the honeypot, because you're like a bee, you fly into it and you're trapped.
Yeah.
So we have some news to cover. Just one story here. Okay. Man loses. You notice I use quotes. $8 million on Dogecoin. Now, Reggie, what do I say about looking at mainstream media for crypto news?
Don't do it.
Do not do it. And here's why. How man lost $8 million trading his Dogecoin one day too early. Wait, too early? What do you mean? Too early? How do you lose money selling too early? Then you scroll down. Mystery traders explain he managed to make $2 million profit, but could have made more. That's not losing $8 million. They just want that sensational, scary headline. The guy made, this should read, how man made $2 million in Dogecoin. He didn't lose anything. Don't believe the FUD.
Scum.
Get into the RUD zone, not the FUD zone.
Scum, man. I mean, it's the sad thing is we need mainstream media that it helps us push our, for our profits. But
you want to be aware of it, but if you want to be actually educated and before the crowds come, don't wait for it. Find that information before it gets to mainstream media, and also always read it with a grain of salt, right? Read that second paragraph where they actually explain the guy made $2 million, not lost $8 million.
Right. Absolutely. I agree.
Short Post says, Adam, I'll replace my pics of my family with yours. He's in everybody's family that watches this show. All right. So I think we got to do the free ledger. I just want to remind our winner from last week that they have not claimed it yet. I have their name here. Ronzo J. If you are watching, you have this week and then next week to claim it. Otherwise, we're going to give it to someone else. And they're going to be excited. Also, when we hit 1,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away Ledger X, an upgraded, the Bluetooth version, not an S, or the equivalent in SHIB. So hit subscribe, hit the bell for notifications, because you don't want to miss free money.
No, sir.
All right, and then we got to close this out with our roundtable of stupidity, as we always do. So, Reggie, what prominent crypto figure is most likely to become president someday?
Cousin
we
Adam.
Got some contenders.
See you later, folks.
Goodbye, everybody. Congratulations on being president, Cousin Adam. I'm closing out because we're not going to top it. See you later.